Hello, I'm back from my latest hiatus. So yeah, the main reason for this one is that I've been rather busy lately working on my newest Mashit review. It's a review of Johnny the Giant Killer if the end of my last Mashit review didn't tip you off, but yeah, I've been wanting to work on that and like get it done before continuing like since this is the first movie of the 70s and it actually happens to be by the same guy who did Johnny the Giant Killer. Um, but yeah, I thought it would be fitting if I released my review of Johnny the Giant Killer first, and then reviewed this movie afterward, just to show where he went from there. But yeah, it's the editing process is still in its early stages, and I might see if I can find a way to speed up the process. But right now, yeah, I just I gotta. I'd rather stay ahead of my rivals at this point, and they're probably about to get to this movie anyway. But anyway, so yeah, this is by the same guy who did Johnny the Giant Killer. I don't know if it's pronounced Gene Image or Jean Image. The latter sounds more likely, but French guy, so you know. But either way, yeah, it's I don't know how he did it, but somehow he kind of got worse over the 20 years after Johnny the Giant Killer. Um, you know, the animation's worse. It's not as entertaining, so yeah. Um, and there's not as many hilariously bad stuff in it, although there's a couple silly stuff. But yeah, Aladdin and his magic lamp. It's based on the Aladdin story, and this is actually probably one of the closer adaptations of the story, but that doesn't automatically make it good. Um, but yeah, it's about this evil magician who wants the magic lamp. He, but he needs like this young boy to get it for him because that's what the creepy floating head in the crystal ball tells him. So yeah, he goes into the village. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's in Egypt or if he travels all the way to Arabia. I think it's supposed to be Arabia, but anyway, yeah, while he's there, he comes across this boy named Aladdin, and you know, Aladdin accidentally hits him with a ball, and he's like, "Sorry, Uncle." So he like calls him Uncle, just as kind of like a name, but then the wizard's like, "Oh, well, I do need a kid," and then he's like, "Oh, hey, I guess what? I actually am your uncle." And yeah, then the kid takes him to dinner with him and his mom, and the mom like buys into the guy's little trick. It's like, "Oh yeah, I don't see anything suspicious about this." Um, so yeah, and then she like trusts him to look after Aladdin. She like specifically says, "I see nothing better than to," or I forget what she says exactly, but it's pretty stupid. Um, so yeah, then Not Jafar takes Aladdin to the Not Cave of Wonders, and Aladdin finds the lamp. He gets this magic ring, which also has a genie in it, but the genie's not as powerful as the one in the lamp. But the ring does protect him from some monsters. It opens some doors for him. It like helps him travel around. But yeah, he uses it to help him get the lamp. Um, so yeah, then he brings the lamp to Not Jafar, and then Not Jafar traps him in the Not Cave of Wonders, but he fails to get the lamp from him. So yeah, he doesn't get the lamp, but yeah, then Aladdin finds out about the genie in the ring. He hasn't found out about the genie just yet, but now he has. So yeah. And then the genie in the ring brings him back to home, takes him back home, and so he meets with his mother, and then they find out about the genie in the lamp, which can grant any wish he wants. No 3-wish restrictions or anything like that. I don't think there's even anything he's not allowed to wish for. So, by the way, the genie of the lamp is pretty terrifying. Really creepy looking. So yeah, then Aladdin grows up getting kind of rich off he's making a bunch of wishes, and it helps him and his mom along, and then he grows up. He sounds like Ernie from Sesame Street as an adult, and then he sees the princess of the kingdom, and he decides he wants to marry her, and then he gets his mom to bring the sultan a bunch of fancy jewels as a gift, and then he manages to arrange a marriage with her. He gets his own, he wishes for his own palace and everything. But then the Sultan steals the lamp, and he floats away the palace, and Aladdin the princess is in Aladdin's palace at the time, so the Sultan suspects he kidnapped her or something. So yeah, then Aladdin offers to go find her within 5 days, and if he doesn't, then he'll be found and executed, and yep. So yeah, and then he remembers after all that time. Oh yeah, I got another genie in a ring, and he gets the genie to teleport him to his palace that the evil wizard has taken over, and then he beats up the wizard, and then he saves the princess, and then he takes her back home, and then her father arranges the two to get married. So yep, happy ending, and that's it. Also, there's an obnoxious talking parrot, and the evil wizard also has a pretty obnoxious talking bird as well. But it's not a parrot, so it's not Yago. So yeah, the movie has 2 comic relief talking birds, and neither of them, they don't interact at any point in the movie, so it feels pointless. So yeah, this was pretty bad. Again, the animation this was probably the most poorly animated movie I've looked at so far, and I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I watched that was worse, but Yeah, I'd say this was just, yeah, I can't think of anything. This was just bad animation, and yeah, I don't know how Mr. Amage or whatever just got so much worse over those 20 years. Like, how'd he get worse after Johnny the Giant Killer, you know? Um, and yeah, the story's not that exciting. It gets very slow, and it just doesn't justify being like a full length movie. And yeah, it was pretty boring. Um, there is a review of this movie by former Channel Awesome contributor Phalis, but he reviews the 28-minute version of the movie that you know awkwardly cuts out a bunch of scenes, and so I don't think he didn't review the whole thing, but I think he did touch upon like the stupidest parts. But yeah, I think I might be able to consider doing a proper Mash It review of this movie when the time comes. Um, but yeah, I'll have to like find enough jokes that Phalis hasn't already made. Um, but yeah, overall, this is a it's probably better if you watch the half-hour version, because yeah, this one is slow and boring, and yeah, don't care for it. Um, so yeah, I think I would give this a 3 out of 10, and I would not recommend it. But I don't know. I think that this movie does have its fans. Me personally, I don't think it's good. So I guess I'll leave it at that for now. If there's anything else I feel I need to add, I'll put it in the comments. And yeah, that's about all I can think of for now. So yeah, bad movie. So yeah, mash it and smash it signing off.